Hello and welcome to we're doing a question from LeetCode called Backspace String Compare. So what are we being asked? Given two strings S and T, return true if they are equal when both are typed into empty text editors. The hashtag means a backspace character. Note that after backspacing an empty text, the text will continue empty. So if we have nothing there and then we backspace, we're still going to be left with nothing. Example 1, we have AB backspace and then C and then AD backspace C. So once we backspace, we get rid of our most recent character we'd seen right before that backspace. So we're going to get rid of the B here. We'll be left with AC for S. And we're going to get rid of the D here and we'll still be left with AC for T. So we output true. Example 2, we have S and T as the following. So we have AB, then we have backspace, so we're getting rid of B. And we have another backspace right after that, so we're also going to get rid of A. If we have two consecutive backspaces, we don't get rid of the actual backspace, right? We're just going to get rid of the letters preceding them. Now, same thing over here, we're going to get rid of the C and we're going to get rid of this D, so we're also going to be left with nothing, so we output true. And final example, we have 3, so in S, we'll just be left with C, and in T, we're going to be left with B. They're not equal, so we're going to output false. We have some constraints over here and a follow-up. Can you solve this in O of n time and O of 1 space? So we can use linear time, but we have to use constant space. Now, before doing the follow-up, how can we solve this in not constant space? Well, that would be very simple, right? All we have to do is take every single character that we come across in both S and T and just maintain every character in a stack. As soon as we come across a hashtag, we'll get rid of the most recent character we had added on to the stack, and we just want to make sure the stacks at the very end of both S and T are equal. So really quickly going over that, what would that look like? We're just going to be writing out a function. Let's call this getString. So getString is going to take in a string. We're going to call this with both S and T. What we're going to do is initialize our stack to be empty and just loop through all the characters in our string. So for character in string. Now, if this character is not a hashtag, so if character not equal to the hashtag over here, what we want to do is just add it to our stack. So stack.append our character. Now, if it is a hashtag, we want to remove what we had in our stack if there is something in that stack, right? If the stack is empty, remember, if we backspace, it's going to continue being empty. So elif, and what do we want our condition to be? If the stack exists, then we take off that last element. So elif is stack. If it's not empty, all we do is stack.pop. And we just want to return our stack in the end. Now that this function is defined, we're going to call it with both S and T. So we want to return whether or not getString for S equals exactly what it does for getString once we call it with T. So let's go ahead and submit this. And it is accepted. Now for time, this is linear. We're going through all the characters in both S and T. But for space, this is also linear because we could potentially be storing every single character in our stack. So how do we do this in constant time? We want to use a very similar idea of going through characters, but instead of maintaining it in a stack, what we're going to do is use pointers. I'll say this is our example over here. We have S and T. We want to start at the very ends of both of our strings. Now, all we need to do is just check character by character and see what we have at that index in both strings is equal. If not, we're going to return false right away. Currently, S has a C and T also has a C that is equal. So we're good so far, and we want to move down to our next character. Now the next character at both index I and J is the hashtag, meaning we know we want to backspace that next valid character that we see. That's not a hashtag, right? So let's continue moving down. And if we want to deal with S first, right, we are at a hashtag again, which means now we want to backspace twice. So once we come across a character that is not a hashtag, we know we can't include it because it has to be backspaced. So we're going to get rid of this R. Now we come across a U, but we know we had another backspace we needed to do. So we're going to skip over U as well. We have another backspace, so let's go ahead. We can't use this O. And we're finally at a character we can use without backspacing. So our next valid character in string S is going to be an F. Now we want to see what the next valid character would be in string T. So in T, we know we have one backspace. We want to continue moving down. We have another backspace. We have 3 now, which means we can't actually use the next 3 characters. So let's skip over those. We come across one more. Once we skip over those, we have 0 more backspaces to do, but our next character again is the hashtag, which means we have 1 more backspace we need to do. The count just went up. So we can't use this T, and we're at this A. Now we compare the characters, right? F is not equal to A, so we're going to return false. Now say both of these characters were F, then what we would do is find the next valid character. So we would move our indices down, except there's nothing else for us to traverse through. We're done through both strings. And if that's the case, then we're gonna output true. And that's all the logic we really need, right? We just need to write a function that gets us the next valid character, compare if those characters are equal. If not, we'll just output false. And if we go through everything, then we output true. So let's go ahead and code this up, and then we'll do a complete walkthrough with an example. Okay, to code this up, we know we want to start off at our two ends. So we're going to have indices I and j, which are going to equal length of s minus 1 and length of t minus 1, respectively. So t minus 1. So if this is our example, I is going to start here, and j is going to start down here. Now, while we still have characters to process, so while I is greater than equal to 0, or j is greater than equal to 0, we still have characters in at least one of these strings. We want to get the index of the next valid character after our backspaces and everything. So for that, we're going to write out a helper function. So for now, let's just say we have written that helper function. We're going to set that equal to I and j. So I is going to equal get valid if we are to pass in string s and our current index I, and j is going to equal get valid of string t and j. Now say both s and t just have all backspaced characters, so whatever character they have gets backspaced. So we go through every single thing in s and t, and we're done looping through the characters, and now we're not at index 0 but at -1. So if both I and j are at -1, that means we went through all the character matchings we could have, and we didn't return false, which means we're going to output true. So if I is less than 0 and j is less than 0, we are going to return true. Now, if only one string finishes, but the other one still has characters, of course, that will never be equal. So in that case, we want to return false. So if I is less than 0 or j is less than 0, we return false. Now, if we don't return true here, of course, both I and j are not less than 0. But if one or the other is, at that point we return false. Now, if neither are less than 0, we want to see what character we have at both of these indices. If they're not equal, we return false. So if s of I is not equal to t of j, we return false. And if we still haven't returned yet, that means the characters we're comparing are equal, and we want to move down and find our next valid character. So I minus equals 1 and j minus equals 1. Once we exit this while loop without returning false, we know we are valid, so we are going to return true. Now the last part is to actually write out the get valid function. So let's go ahead and do that. First, we want to define it. So def get valid is going to take in a string and an index. We want to keep track of the number of spaces we want to backspace. So we're going to initialize back to be 0. Now, while index is greater than equal to 0, while we still have characters we're looping through, the first check we want to do is see what character we have. So if string at the index we are on equals the backspace character, we are going to increase our back count. So back plus equals 1. If it is not the hashtag, if it is an actual character, then we want to see what our backspace value is. If it's greater than 0, then we want to skip over it, right? So elif back greater than 0, we are going to subtract from the backspace count because we're using it up for the character we're on. So back minus equals 1. And if that's not the case, if backspace is not greater than 0, it is 0. So else, what we're going to do is just return the index we're on. That's going to be the index of our next valid character. So return index. Now, if we don't return our index yet, right, we went in one of these two conditions, what we want to do is move our index down. So index minus equals 1. Once this is done, say we exit the while loop, what we want to do is just return -1, marking that we are done with the string we are on. And that's it for the code. So let's go ahead and submit this. And it is accepted. And space and time complexity for this, time would still be O of n because we are going through every single character, but for space, we're only keeping track of the actual indices, not all the characters, so this is going to be constant O of 1. Before leaving, let's just do a super quick walkthrough just so we can see how our code is going to work line by line. The first thing we do is define our function, then we mark I and j, so we've done that already, and we go in this while loop. While I is greater than equal to 0, that's true, we don't need to even go in this j check. We're going to get valid for s of I. So going in this function, calling it with string s and index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to write these over here so it's clear to visualize. We're going to initialize back to be 0. Now, while index greater than equal to 0, that's true, index is now 4. If string index equals the hashtag, which it does, we're going to increase back by 1. Now, since we went in this if, we skip the elif and else, we move index down by 1. It's now going to be index 3, and we go back in our while loop. Now we make the same check. If string index equals hashtag, which it does, we increase back by 1. Skip these, move index down by 1. We're now at index 2, going back in this while loop. String of index at 2 is not equal to a hashtag. Elif, back is greater than 0, so we're just going to subtract from back. Now goes to 1, meaning we are backspacing the character we're on, and we subtract from index. So now we are at index 1. Going back in this while loop, the string at index 1 is not a hashtag, it's a character. We check, is back greater than 0? It is. So we're just going to decrease the back count. Back is now 0, and we've moved index down by 1. We go back in this while loop, index is greater than equal to 0. We don't have a hashtag at index 0. Back is not greater than 0. So what we're going to do is return the index we're on. We're going to return 0. So I is now going to equal 0. We do the same thing for j. We're going to call getValid with string t and index 5 for j. Back is going to be 0 while index greater than equal to 0. That's true. We are at a hashtag, so we increase back by 1. And we move j down to index 4. Going back in the while loop, we are not a hashtag at index 4, but back is greater than 0, so we're just going to subtract 1. We're basically deleting e over here. We go back in this while loop. Again, we are at a hashtag, so back goes back up to 1. We move j down. It is now at index 2. We go back in this while loop. We're not at a hashtag. We have m, but back is greater than 0, so we backspace, which means back goes to 0 now. We move index down to be index 1. We go back in this while loop. We still are greater than equal to 0. We are no longer at a hashtag. Back is not greater than 0. So we go in this else and we return the index we're on, which is going to be 1. Now that we have our next valid characters indices, we go in the rest of the lines. Neither I or j are less than 0, so we don't go in here. We also don't go in here. And we make a check. Now, s of I, what we have at index 0 in s, which is a j, does this equal what we have in string t at index j? So t of 1 is going to be a j as well. They're both j, so we don't go in this if, and all we do is move I and j down. So I goes to -1, and j goes to 0. And we go back in this while loop. While I is greater than equal to 0, or j is greater than equal to 0. This is true, right? We do get valid for I, so we call getValid with string s and index -1. Back is going to be initialized to 0. And while index greater than equal to 0, that's not true, right? It's not greater than equal to 0, so we just return -1. So I is going to stay -1, and now we call getValid for j. So we call this with string t and our current index, which is 0. Back is 0, and while index greater than equal to 0, that is also true. If string at the index we're on equals a hashtag, that's not true. Back is also not greater than 0. We're just going to return the index we have. So this index is valid as is, which means we just return index 0. This is also going to remain unchanged. So now that we have our indices, we make a check if I is less than 0 and j is less than 0. They're not both less than 0. So we go in here. If I less than 0, this is true. So we are going to return false, right? These are not going to be the same strings because we have run out of characters in S, but we still have characters in T. So we output false for this entire question. So we just went ahead and solved Backspace String Compare. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. If this video was helpful, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really supports the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next one.